The Zontes T350X is the most adventure-ready model in the lineup, and it comes packed with a lot of technology. Watch until the end because you'll be surprised by this little crossover. But after all, is it really worth your investment? Will you regret buying it? This is the only video you need to watch to know everything about the Zontes T350X. It covers technical features, performance in the city and on the road, fuel consumption, insurance cost, and of course my honest opinion with the pros and cons. And stay until the end because I'll also tell you the maintenance costs. If you're new here, I'm Amanda Pagliari, and this is the most charming motorcycle channel in Brazil, which also brings you the best motorcycle reviews. So go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. The T-line is available in two versions, the T350 with alloy wheels, and this one, the T350X, which comes with spoked wheels. We also have other versions with a 350 engine like the V350 and the S350. The R350, the GK350, and we also have the Scooter 350E. This channel features several videos with these motorcycles and the scooter. I'll leave the link to the complete Zontes playlist here in the description and also in the card for you to watch later. But after all, who is Zontes? Founded in 2003 by the Chinese company Taiyo Motorcycle Technology, Zontes is already present in more than 55 countries, including others in Latin America, like Argentina, Chile, and Colombia. And here in Brazil, it is imported and assembled in Manaus by the JTZ Group, the same one that imports Suzuki, Haojui, and Kiko. Zontes classifies it as a crossover motorcycle, which means in practice, it's more for riding on asphalt, for long trips with a more comfortable riding position, and not necessarily a big adventure bike. So even though it comes with spoked wheels, its purpose, since it's a crossover, is more for asphalt, you know, on road, not for you to go off-roading, hitting dirt and rough terrain. But watch the video because I'm going to take this motorcycle on dirt. Will it do well? Watch so you don't miss it. The design of the T350X is the highlight of this motorcycle. You can see here that the fairings are very well designed, so you have cutouts here, different volumes and different fittings. This orange color, I thought it turned out really beautiful. It stands out with this very dark blue shade here, a paint job that you can really see shining in the sunlight. You can see how the pieces fit and add some volume here without making it too big, right? Since the tank is actually a bit beefier and it comes, look, with two fenders. So here we have the low fender and here the high fender. Its windshield is power adjustable, so you just have to press this button here on the left side and look, it goes down. And it goes up, you just have to press it once and it already goes up or down. You don't have an in-between setting, so it's like this. It's either all the way down or all the way up. It's full LED, and here in the headlight assembly, it really has a bold look. It looks fierce. Here on the side, we have the position light, right? So that's pretty interesting. And here in the middle, we have 4 LED projectors, okay? But it only works when it's turned on. Let me turn it on here. Look, you have the headlight here and the high beam. Okay? With it turned off, you only have the daytime running light here. And what's interesting about it is the hazard lights. You have the hazard lights integrated into the fairing, which is really cool because if the bike tips over, the blinker won't get ruined, right? And you have the blinker both here on the top part and here on the bottom part. The design here at the front is very beautiful, and at the back too, with a really cool LED design. The finish is another highlight of this motorcycle. You can really see the care put in by Zontes. First of all, the darkened frame really pleases me. So you have the darkened handlebar here and the tip of the mirror as well. So it gives a much more harmonious look. Even down here, you can see the whole set is darkened. Okay, here the engine isn't that dark, but overall it gives a really interesting darker look. And the fitting of the parts, you can really see the finish on this motorcycle is very good. A premium finish, the quality of the paint, the way the parts fit together here, everything is very well put together. That's really nice because it shows attention to detail. And wherever you look, you see the name Zontes stamped to really reinforce the brand and bring this more premium appeal to the T350X. Here's something interesting about the factory accessories. It doesn't include the center stand, but let's see what is included. We have hand guards, the fairing guard here, and the luggage rack integrated with the passenger grab handle. And the detail, this shade here is kind of gold, right? It's not exactly gold, but it's a very beautiful and tasteful color. And the cool thing is that they match each other. So if you look at the shade here, it's the same. And even the detail here really shows the care, that this was a product thoughtfully designed by Zontes. No, it's not like they just forgot the accessory and rushed it. The motorcycle was clearly well thought out, which really adds value. And it places it as a mid-displacement crossover, but in the premium category. And if you want to make your T350X more suitable for traveling, for carrying luggage, my tip is to add the Scam side case rack. Why? Because it offers great quality and durability. It's no wonder that Scam is known and recognized for the quality of its accessories for adventure bikes, all of really high standard. And a lot of people don't know that Scam has accessories for different types of motorcycles, from scooters to big trail bikes, and it wouldn't be any different here with the 350X, so you can put the side case support here, but not only that. Scam also has a top case support, GPS mount, license plate reinforcement, and also aluminum cases, so you can choose them in black or silver, right? There are side cases made of injected plastic, which are really nice, lightweight and durable, as well as keyless top cases, and also the economy line, which is much cheaper and also durable. To check out all Scam accessories for your T350X or another motorcycle, just click the link in the description. Or point your phone's camera at the QR code on the screen so you can check out the complete line, absolutely everything, to protect and equip your motorcycle or scooter. The seat here on the Zontes is a single piece, 2-level type, so you even have a really rough texture here, right? There are 2 types of textures. Here on the side, it's a bit smoother, and here in the middle, you have an anti-slip texture with patterns that look like a honeycomb right where the rider sits, with Zontes engraved here in the rubber, right? In the seat material. The seat is relatively hard, okay? But I'll test it for you and let you know how it feels on trips. It's important to mention that Zontes makes their own seats, so they have a technology where they kind of make the foam together with the cover, and according to Zontes, in the future it won't peel or get puffy, right? As with other brands, the cover often separates from the foam. Technically, according to Zontes, that's not going to happen here. One cool thing about this Zontes seat is that you can open it with a click, that's right. You just press here on the seat button and look how easy it is. There you go, you can open it here and then you have access to the electrical part, right? The fuses. I also left her documents here, right? You have access to the battery and you can also put tools in here. From the seat to the ground, it's 83 centimeters high. I'll get on here so you can see, take a look. I'm 177 centimeters tall and I can put both feet on the ground without any difficulty. The riding position here, the foot pegs are a bit centered. The cool thing is that this shape of the tank lets me grip it with my legs easily. Overall, it's a bike that fits really well. Of course, ideally, you should go to the dealership and at least sit on the motorcycle to see how it fits you. Here, for you, the rider's foot pegs have a rubberized finish, which is really nice. Just like the passenger's foot peg, with Zontes written here on the rubber, it's really beautiful, right? So here you have it, look, it's retractable. Yeah, guys, it's really nice here overall, and I noticed that the seat has a curve, right? So I can really very easily put both feet on the ground. Here's the passenger seat. Let's look. The passenger in the back has a handle, but my butt ends up covering the handle, so it gets a little tricky here. The best thing to do is to hold on to the rider here, but the position, oops, the riding position here for the passenger is actually quite comfortable. But in the end, I'll tell you if it's good or not for the passenger. Overall, guys, it's a motorcycle that fits really well. As for the weight, it's 198 kilos ready to ride. In other words, considering all the fluids and the fuel tank, which has a capacity of 19 liters of gasoline, it's very easy to open. You just need to press this fuel button here and that's it, it will open. And then The front of it is fixed, or in other words, here the whole set stays when you turn the handlebars. The wheels have spokes, a 19-inch front wheel and a 17-inch rear wheel, and they use tubeless tires since the spokes are attached on the outside here. For the brakes, we have a single disc in the front with a 320 mm diameter and a 4-piston radial caliper. In the back, there's a single disc with a 265 mm diameter and a single piston caliper. The calipers are from the brand Rotajuan, and it comes with a Bosch ABS system that works independently. For the suspension, we have an inverted telescopic fork here in the front with a thick diameter, and in the rear, look at this, a swing arm made of aluminum alloy and a spring with preload adjustment. And even though it comes here with a dual exhaust, the engine is a liquid-cooled single-cylinder with Bosch electronic fuel injection. It has 348 cubic centimeters that generate 41 horsepower at 8,300 RPM and 3.34 kgf-m of torque at 7,300 RPM. And it has a 6-speed gearbox and chain final drive, and here it features a slipper and assist clutch. What does that mean? The assisted technology makes it smoother when you pull the clutch lever, and the slipper technology prevents the rear wheel from locking up when you downshift abruptly. It doesn't use a key, but rather a proximity sensor that you can wear as a bracelet, like this one here, which is really cool. So if Amanda doesn't want to wear it as a bracelet, that's no problem. You can take it off the band and carry it in your pocket or in your backpack, so it's really cool. You need to have it close by in order to use it and start the motorcycle here. Now we've reached another highlight of this motorcycle, which is the dashboard. It's very beautiful and also high-tech. But first, I wanted to give you a tip if you have a motorcycle from Zontes or any other brand. After all, I'm sure your cell phone has a screen protector, so why wouldn't you put one on your motorcycle's dashboard, which is much more expensive? Proto's screen protector is available for various types of motorcycles and also scooters, and the kit comes fully complete so you can install it at home. Proto's screen protectors don't use glue. Instead, they use the same electrostatic technology as cell phone protectors and protect against damage caused by scratches, dust, sunlight, and wear over time. It doesn't come off with water, and the anti-glare version doesn't leave fingerprints. If you need to remove the screen protector, it will come off without damaging or leaving any residue on the panel. It's really worth putting Proto's screen protector on your panel, and guys, it has to be from Protium because Proto guaranteed quality. There are many out there on the market, but you'll pay the price and it'll come off after a while. Proto doesn't. It's really high quality, and the price, guys, is very low compared to the benefits. When you go to resell your motorcycle, the dashboard can be intact and it can be sold above the book value. So it's worth it. I'll leave the link here in the description, or point your phone's camera at the QR code on the screen. And on Proto's website, you can use the discount code. Discount that's on Amandina's screen so you can pay even less. I'll also leave the films tagged here in this video, okay? But the discount from the coupon is only on Proto's website. So guys, it's really worth it. It adds value when you resell. The panel is fully digital. When you turn it on, this little robot shows up looking pretty cool. And well, first of all, we have several display options. There's this really simple version. This one is the casual, and the race version, which is pretty interesting. Comment below which version you like the most. I'll leave it here on the race setting. And then you have the tachometer. It goes up here. We have the speedometer in the center. Here on the left side, the fuel gauge, and on the right side, you have the engine temperature. The clock information is at the top, along with some warning lights. And down here, you have the gear indicator information. And here you have the onboard computer information. And what does this S mean? It means the riding mode is set to sport. So you have the sport mode, and by pressing the eco button here, you can switch between eco and sport riding modes. So basically, guys, sport is like the standard mode. So it's either normal or economical. That's how it works in practice. Down here, you have the onboard computer information. So there's the range, which is how far you can go with the gas you have in the tank. It says I can go 121 kilometers. Here you have the tire pressure information. right? We also have the average kilometers per hour here. And we also have here how many kilometers per liter it's doing. Here it's showing liters per 100 kilometers, right? It should be in kilometers per liter, but that's okay. And here we have the information below for the total odometer and also the trips. To reset it, just press it and look, it's reset. And we only have, look, the total odometer and 1 trip meter. You don't have another trip meter option, okay? Here on the dashboard, you have the interface, which are the viewing modes I mentioned to you. Let me press it again here. Then you have the clock here, the backlight, which you can increase or decrease here. Yeah. The brightness, right? The unit you want, whether it's miles or kilometers, kilometers per liter, the language. Here is Bluetooth, right? For you to make the connection, okay? You can turn it off if you want. The Easy Connect, which is for you to connect with the app, is really cool. Look, you have it here for Android and for iPhone. Here, Android and here you have, look, TPMS, which is the tire pressure that you can see here while you're driving. That's really cool. The good thing is if you get a flat or something like that, you'll know in real time because the dashboard will alert you. And that's it, guys. Those are the details. So let me change it here from bar to PSI because we're more used to PSI. So that's the information from the dashboard and everything else, right? That's it, guys. Here's the exit. All right, that's the information. Here are some indicator lights when you turn on the blinkers too. It will show here on the dashboard. Then you connect it here with the app and that's it, guys. Connect now, then it will connect very easily. Look, I'll show the little bike here. Look, my dashboard already changed. Can you see? So basically, you're going to click here on mirror screen, look, start transmission. And basically, it's going to show everything that my phone is showing. And look, you can even mirror YouTube if you want. In this case, I'm making the review video of the GK350, right? There's a link here in the description. So you can mirror YouTube here, but I don't recommend it. What I really recommend is that you mirror a navigation app here, for example, Waze. So it's really cool that you can mirror WooMaps, Waze, and have the map directly on the screen. But it's like this, look. If you turn your phone, it's gonna get small, right? So if you lock your phone, what will happen? The screen will freeze there, unfortunately. The good thing is it's like your own phone. If you used it as a GPS, it would stay on the whole time. The good thing is that no one will walk by and take your phone, right? And it also won't keep vibrating. Down here under the dashboard, there's a compartment, okay? It's open, no key, no lock. So don't put anything valuable here, okay? You can put, for example, your toll money, which makes life a lot easier. Don't leave the key because if someone is with the motorcycle, they'll take the motorcycle too, okay? It'll be unlocked. These markings here on the handlebar are for you to adjust if you want it more this way or that way. So these markings help a lot. And here on the left side, inside the motorcycle, it has 2 ports. One is type A and the other is type C, both with covers. Here on the control buttons, on the right side, we have the button to cut off the engine's power, okay? And to turn on the electrical system here. Here, this button is for you to turn on the headlight. Here is your daytime running light. And when you press here, it turns on the headlight. Here is the ignition button. This little lock is for you to turn the motorcycle on or off, okay? Here is the city button, which is for you to open the seat. Button for you to open the fuel cap. And the brake lever has adjustable reach. And here on the left side, we have the buttons to control the dashboard, right? Here you can raise and lower the windshield. Here are the left and right turn signals and the horn. And up here is the headlight button, high beam. Here is the turn signal, hazard lights. And back here, the high beam flasher. And the clutch lever also has reach adjustment. And it comes with illuminated buttons, but you need to turn on the motorcycle for them to light up. And now that I've shown you everything about the T350X from Zontes, it's time to ride it through the streets of São Paulo and also hit the road. And of course, wrap up the video with the pros and cons. And if you're enjoying the video and finding it really complete, how about leaving a like, huh? It's free and you motivate me to make more videos like this. Now hop on the back with me. pretty wide, right, guys? Yeah, one thing I don't really like about this bike is that I think the front is a bit stiff. And why do I need to say that? At the launch of the 310, if you go watch the video, you'll see that I said the same thing. It wasn't the TX at the time, it was the T, right? I said, wow, guys, the front looks weird. It must be the tire. I blame the tire, right? I didn't really know the bike well and all that. Then they released the 350. I have the same impression of both, you know? It's a bike that's a little bit boxy here at the front. I'm not sure if it's the 310. I'm not sure if it's the caster angle. I don't know if it's the triple clamp. I don't know if it's a geometry issue, you know? And I can say that because I've already ridden its direct competitor, which is, for example, the BMW 310, the GS. And so the handling is different. You can even test it. Of course, this is not subtle. Some people won't pay attention to that. There are owners who don't even notice and love the bike. So I can get that feeling because I've already ridden other competing bikes and I ride all kinds of bikes. So I can have that sense. Even the T350X can split lanes. But of course, always with some caution, being careful with its handlebars, okay? So, which is kind of wide. But in general, it does well. Here in the stop and go of heavy traffic, I can feel the bike heating up the engine. Even though it has liquid cooling, I can feel the engine getting hot. It's not like it's burning my legs, right? But yes, it does get a little hot. Another thing I noticed about this motorcycle is the following. Look at this. In fourth gear, 60 kilometers per hour, the motorcycle is revving hard, vibrating a lot. So I have to shift up, see? Fifth gear, 50 kilometers per hour. It doesn't have good flexibility, so you have to keep shifting all the time. The sixth one, it already has more flexibility, but up to the fifth, oh my God. Don't go anywhere. I'm also going to ride it on dirt. Do you think it does well on dirt? But that's it, guys. Let's hit the road now. Let's see its top speed. Let's go. Now let's hope for a tailwind, okay? Yeah. Turn! $162. 162? Oops, it cut out at 163. The motorcycle cut out at 163, huh? Yeah. Oh. Guys, okay, let's go. The windshield, it's not efficient. So that's a downside of the windshield. It doesn't block the air here, right? So I'm going to count that as a downside. Yeah, so. But like, I'm going to sit up. No, it's worse, look. Wow, it's worse, look. Riding position, overall, I liked it here on the road. I found it comfortable. Yeah, but the seat is hard, okay? I'm not going to lie to you, the seat is hard. So if you're going to ride long distances, like 200 kilometers, your butt is going to start hurting, okay? For cornering, I thought it was good too. So I'm going to ride on the dirt now, like I told you. When you pass by the trucks here, you don't feel the bike wobble or anything. So I thought it was interesting. Yeah, that's it, guys. Acceleration on the bike, it does well, but the engine has to rev hard. There's no other way. But now let's ride on the dirt. Let's test the TX through the potholes now. Look at this. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, so avoid potholes then, in general. For riding standing up, I'm tall, so my legs can't grip the tank here very well. For me, it's a bit low, so I would have to raise it. Oh, wow. Oh, did you guys hear that noise? I think it bottomed out. She thought ahead. God help. Yeah. Can I tell you guys? I wouldn't use it off-road, okay? All right, but that's it. Now let's wrap up the video with the pros and cons. And if you want to get yours and not the T350X, you have the money up front and you think the financing rate is too high. In the end, you end up paying for 3 or 4 bikes. My tip is for you to get yours with no interest, no down payment, and with small installments that fit your budget, just like you see on the screen. Special installments, this offer is just for my followers. With whom, guys? With Pablo. In the link in the description or the QR code on the screen, you can scan or click the link and talk directly on WhatsApp with Pablo, who is a specialist in consortio plans and will create the best plan for you. Guys, first of all, not all consortio plans are the same, okay? So, you need to know that there are different administration fees, different groups with various goals, so you can't just do it on a whim. You need to do it with a professional who understands this. And second, it's about your planning, about your financial situation. For example, if you have a down payment, if you have money to make a bid or not, what is your timeline for acquiring the asset? All of this will be taken into consideration to present you with the best proposal. Guys, and it really depends a lot on how you do it and with which professional you work. At least I have a real estate consortio plan. I'm planning to build a house here in the condominium where I live, and I chose a consortio plan because it turned out to be much cheaper and smarter than getting a loan. And if this is an option for you, just contact Pablo through the link in the description or the QR code, and that's it. Start planning to achieve your dream, maybe even in 2026. Bye. Regarding fuel consumption, we know it really depends on the rider's riding style. The more you accelerate, the more it's going to use. There's no way around it. And I have to admit to you that I rode it in sport mode, going full throttle, trying to reach top speed, and with me, it averaged about 20-21 kilometers per liter in mixed city and highway riding. But I know it can do more or less than that. If you have a T350X or a T350, write down below what kind of fuel consumption you get with it. And insurance. Okay, guys? I always say this, get insurance. It doesn't matter if you have a scooter or an adventure bike. It doesn't matter. Criminals aren't sparing anything, unfortunately. And there's nothing worse than having your property stolen or robbed and you're still paying it off in installments. Can you imagine? The payments won't disappear just because the criminals took it, right? Unfortunately, that's why I say insurance is the best way to protect yourself, especially since we live in a country where that's unavoidable. So you end up paying that little amount and also praying that the criminals don't take it? Why? Because a lot of times you add a bunch of equipment, accessories, and then you say, wow, they took everything. But that's how it is, guys. Insurance is better than nothing. And the good thing is that at Protect Me, you have several options for affordable insurance. Then people say, wow, Amanda, why is it so cheap? Can I trust it? Is it a scam? No, guys, it's not a scam. Protect Me has been with the Motoplay Moto channel since 2019. They are known for affordable insurance in Brazil because this is a fully digital brokerage. They've always used technology and artificial intelligence, and because of that, the price is much more affordable. You can reduce the margin of expenses, right? They can pass those discounts on to you. That's why the insurance is cheaper. I ran a quote here. I chose a man, 41 years old, which is the average age of the people who watch me here on the Motoplay channel, right? And I used the zip code for Mogi das Cruzes, which is where I live at the moment. And look, several insurance company options came up, all registered with SUSEP. You can trust them, you will receive your compensation. Okay? And I'm going to pick here, for example, the cheapest one, which is theft and robbery coverage, which is the minimum. I think it should already come out of the dealership with theft and robbery coverage. And here the price, guys, wow, from RR 912.00, the price went down to RR 691 and 31 cents annual price. You can split it into payments of RR 74 and 28 cents per month. Guys, that's really cheap, right? It's less than dinner with your wife and you'll already have your motorcycle insured against theft and robbery. Amanda, I want better insurance like total loss coverage, right? For collision, I speed up. Don't do that, my dear. But here you have total loss coverage for collision, 100% FIP compensation, and the other one also had assistance, okay? With 200 km towing, this one too. Look, the total amount is 1,134 reais and 93 cents already with my discount. So you'll pay 115 reais per month, okay? And you'll be able to drive with peace of mind. Theft and robbery are covered, as well as total loss. It's really worth it. Get a quote for your profile from the comfort of your home, right? Just click the link in the description or the QR code on the screen and that's it. You'll get your quote instantly with Protect Me. It's really easy. Clicked, quoted, done. I'll now discuss the pros and cons in my view. Just a reminder, I don't claim to have the absolute truth. You can agree, disagree, or even add your own thoughts in the comments respectfully. But first, you need to subscribe to the MotoPlay channel. Are you subscribed yet, my dear? You watch my videos every day, you're here every week, and you still haven't subscribed? Click the subscribe button, it's free. Starting here with the positive points, the design, right? The motorcycle's standout feature is its attention-grabbing design. Guys, look, it really feels like a big motorcycle, which is great. Also, the premium finish stands out. This thing about Chinese motorcycles, Xingling, I think China has all kinds of products from Xingling, from Sukulis to products you've already seen. But there are videos where I bought things that are sold in demanding markets like Europe and also America. The power adjustable windshield is a plus. Some pricier motorcycles from other brands lack it. The keyless proximity system is also very practical. And backlit switchgear, that's a really cool feature. A fully digital dashboard with mirroring is a positive point. 2 charging ports for you to charge your cell phone, camera, whatever you want. Really cool, another positive point. Inverted front suspension is a cool feature, along with the electric controls, right? For example, you can open the seat here and also the fuel cap. That's really cool. Standard accessories, another positive point. We have handguards, fairing, and also a luggage rack, which is a good thing. I like the brakes, even though they're single disc, right? Only in the front, but I like them a lot. They braked really well with Bosch ABS, which is really nice. And the exhaust here, it has a technology, according to them, that prevents burns. So on older bikes, who hasn't, right, burned their leg on the exhaust? So this here has that technology that won't let the heat through, right? It won't burn your leg. One cool thing is that it comes with a gel battery and it comes with a charger that you can use, so if your battery runs out, you can charge it at home. Another positive point is the accessible height for different riders. I noticed that you don't need to spread your legs too much, so I think it will suit most male and female riders, okay? And the last positive point, but not least, is that it offers fixed price maintenance. You can check directly on the website how much it will cost, and on the screen you have the prices for the maintenance services. I dislike that screen mirroring on the dashboard disconnects every time you lock the screen. That's a downside. Another negative point about the dashboard is that it doesn't show the fuel consumption in kilometers per liter, and I found it too basic. For example, when it comes to the trip feature, you can't set separate trip meters like separating city and highway driving, so I think that could be an improvement for the future. And another thing, look guys, is that it has an electronic lock, right? So when it's on here, nothing happens, right? So everything's fine, but when you turn off the motorcycle here, you lock it. That would be a good thing if you wanted it, but imagine if you're maneuvering the motorcycle while it's off and then it locks, you have to go get the key, right? It only unlocks when you turn it on. In my opinion, the electric lock is important, but only when you want it. So the ideal would be to have a button, for example, to activate the electric lock. So that's a downside. A downside, in my opinion, was the engine because it vibrates a lot. So on the road, it doesn't vibrate much, but you can feel it straining, so I didn't really like it. Maybe that's not a problem for you, so the ideal thing is to do a test ride, but it did bother me a little. Another downside, still talking about the engine, is that it gets hot. And another bad thing is that I found the gears way too short. Another thing is that it has a limited steering angle, so for you to maneuver or ride between cars. Yeah, I actually found this to be a negative point, and also its suspension is stiff. So it bottoms out. Many times, even though the shocks have improved, right, the diameter increased, but I don't know if it's lacking oil or needs recalibration. It bottoms out in the front, so that needs improvement even though it's inverted. I also didn't like the rear suspension. This might be a controversial point, but I think I'm one of the few people who see it this way. Of course, guys, this is my experience from riding the bike that I got. I think its handling is bad. I've already tested other competing bikes in this category, for example, the BMW 310, right? And you can see it's basically similar, but the handling is different, okay? And I don't like the handling of this bike at the front. As I mentioned on camera while riding, I think the front feels a bit weird. And I already noticed this on the 310, now on the 350, so I think this ends up being a negative point, okay? Another negative point, in my opinion, was the seats, or rather the seat, right? Which is the rider's seat. It's bad, it's hard. Change the hard seat if you want to take trips of around 200 kilometers, okay? and also for the passenger. So it's hard, uncomfortable, although it's wide, which is nice for the rider and okay for the passenger, but it's very hard. So if you're going to take a passenger often, maybe this bike or this seat isn't good for you, either for traveling comfortably or for the passenger. It doesn't come with traction control, so it's interesting that, for example, the 350E, which is a scooter more for on-road use, has traction control, which you can't turn off. And the last negative point, and maybe, okay guys, I know it depends a lot on the experience in your city and the dealership, but I need to talk about the after-sales service. So a lot of people complain about parts, about delays with parts, and even though it has maintenance with a fixed price, which I showed you, every 3,000 kilometers you have to go to the dealership. And it's not really about the cost, it's about having to go there, leave your motorcycle, get the maintenance done, and then come back. So I think it ends up being a bit inconvenient. Do you agree, disagree, or have more pros or cons? List them below. And it's available in 3 colors with a suggested retail price starting at 35,750 Rs. And at Nova Suzuki, you can buy your T350X or any other Zontes motorcycle with the best service in Brazil, the best conditions, and you can also find replacement parts. It's no wonder they're the top Zontes sellers in Brazil, right? So it's really worth it, not just for Zontes, but if you want to buy your Suzuki, Haojue, or Kimco, stop by Nova Suzuki, get in touch with them on WhatsApp, stay tuned, call them, and let them know you came here. Say you came here through the Motoplay channel and you'll get some perks. Tell them you came here with Amandinha on the Motoplay channel, it's really worth it, okay? Just message them on WhatsApp, negotiate your deal. They accept your used bike of any brand as part of the payment through financing with an installment purchase plan and much more. Talk to Nova Suzuki before finalizing a deal for a Zontes, Suzuki, Haojue, or Kinko. So that's it. If you like the video, leave a like and share it with your friends. Up here, I'll leave a really cool video about one of its competitors, which I'm sure you'll like. In the description, I'll leave the playlist with all the Zontes motorcycles so you can get to know this brand better. And down here, I left a really cool video for you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's free. You help me a lot. Let's reach the mark of 1 million motorcycle lovers. We're already over 700,000. Let's get to 800,000 and then to 1 million. I really count on your help. And if you want to help me even more, become a member to get exclusive benefits like giveaways and early and exclusive content. See you next time. Big kiss.